Mark Butler.
Thank you very much, Tom, and thank all of you for turning out here. You know, President Keene was very kind. He said we had to go inside and do our job. Well, I feel our job is to be right here with you folks doing what we're doing here today. This is important, and we thank you for turning out and showing up. We talk about Remington Arms, and thank you guys for all being here. Back home in Herkimer County, where my home and my heart is, when we go out for coffee in the morning, you might talk about the stock market, you might talk about the ball scores from the night before. We talk about how many people are working at Remington Arms. It's a part of our culture, it's a part of our life. It's been there for 2 centuries, and it's worth fighting over. And that's why I want to tell you, yesterday I got a letter that said that I had become a shill for the powerful and well-financed gun lobby. Now, I know you guys are powerful because I see that here today. Now, the well-financed part I wonder about, would all the millionaires please raise your hand, and somebody from my staff will come over and talk to you. But the point being, in this day and age, we cannot have a meaningful debate about a very important issue. The Second Amendment is very specific. You could read that in a shorter time than they gave us to read the SAFE Act bill when they got it. The language is clear. There is no section that says you have the right to bear arms unless somebody comes up with a better idea. It's just not there. They're reading it wrong. I'm confident Tom is going to win. They're going to win on this lawsuit. We might be in for a couple tough months, and I will tell you, we're going to fight this every way we can legislatively. You know the numbers we face. I put a bill in that I hope will get some consideration. It would change the definition of what an assault weapon is and allow the guns that Remington makes to be sold legally here in New York. I'm pretty confident I won't get a message of necessity to get that bill through. You can almost count on that. I want to thank you all for traveling here. This is so important. You've sent a very clear message, and we're going to work to repeal this act. And you know what happened. You know why it happened. It's despicable the way this was done. And it's despicable that those opponents write me a letter saying I've been somehow insinuating I've been bought off, or that I don't have the ability to make a decision, to be able to read the Constitution myself and understand what it says. So that's what we're up against. That's what we're up against here in Albany. We thank you for traveling here and being a part of this, and the fight is just beginning. They think we're going to go away, and we're not. God bless you all. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Mark. Got another young senator coming up here. He's also one of the 18. He's from down in Long Island. Great guy. Has offered us a lot of help. Senator Lee Zeldin.
Thank you, Tom. So today we're coming before this great gathering of fellow patriots, and we're talking about our America. And I want to talk to you a little bit today about my America. First off, I want to say that my thoughts and prayers every single day go to the parents and the families of those who were lost in Sandy Hook, which inspired so much gun control talk all throughout this country. I have twin girls. They're in first grade. No father or mother should ever have to bury their son or daughter. And I hope that nothing that we do today gets misunderstood, because we are compassionate people who care about our fellow citizens. I want to share a few thoughts about my America. Today we gather on the Capitol steps here in Albany as patriots, Americans united for freedom and liberty, willing to go great lengths to defend our Constitution and the inalienable rights in that sacred doctrine, including the Second Amendment, the right to keep and bear arms. There are no problems that we face here today, only challenges and opportunity. I believe in our nation. I believe in our republic. I have and continue to be willing to lay down my life in protection of everything which makes our country great. Assemblyman Lalore just spoke before me, and he's a Marine. I don't hold that against him. I'm an Army guy myself, proud to have... Seems like there's more Army here than Marines, all right. I love the United States of America, and that's not something for any of us to ever apologize for. United today in the cause of liberty. I commit to you to stand with you fighting for the rights of law-abiding citizens and fighting for the safety and security of our families. Your individual liberties are my cause to defend. Your patriotism is my cause to admire, and our Constitution is our cause to unite here at this Capitol today. Let right prevail. Let our rights prevail. From this day through our last, let everything our founding fathers fought for be remembered, honored, and defended. Thank you. God bless you. God bless America.
Thank you. I made a mistake when I said that Senator Zeldin was one of the 18 that voted for the bill. He actually didn't, because he wasn't able to vote because he was out doing his military duty. Let's hear it for him.
Thanks, Tom. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Phil Palmisano. I'm the Assembly representative from the 132nd District, which encompasses Steuben, Yates, Schuyler, Seneca, and Chemung counties. Yes. Thank you for coming up here today. It's nice to have some people in Albany who actually understand, believe, and appreciate what the Constitution's all about. I was proud to be one of the members of the Assembly to vote no on this bill. There's so many people who think that once this bill passed, that was the end of it. I'm here to say, and I know you're here to say, this fight has just begun, and we're proud to stand with you as we continue this fight against this bill, which violates the Second Amendment rights and turns criminals into law-abiding citizens.
Bill, you're wrong!
Thank you so much for being here. We look forward to standing with you as we move forward. We really appreciate all that you're doing and taking the time to come up here and let the second floor and let people up here know that you're not going away and we're not going to go away either. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Thank you. We've got another guy in line here who should be a senator, but unfortunately, and I'm not sure how it happened, he went from being ahead by 79 votes to losing by 18. But I'm hoping, I'm thinking too, that this may be a declaration that we have a candidate for that Senate district again. George Amador!
To be back in Albany, isn't it? And to support our freedom, our liberty, our God-given rights to bear arms. You know, I'm so proud to be here today to stand with my fellow colleagues, but all of you, my brothers and sisters who are law-abiding gun owners in the state of New York. And over the last month, we have we've signed petitions, we have knocked on our representative doors, we spoke the truth, but unfortunately it fell upon deaf ears. I spoke with our good friend Tom King just the other day, and I'm so encouraged to hear that the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association is soaring. Memberships are increasing by the hundreds this past month, which is great. I want to thank each and every member of NYSERPA, of the NRA, and of SCOPE, the Second Amendment Foundation, and all grassroots organizations that carry the banner that we rally behind today. Well, Now it's our time. It's our time to be united. It's our time to be united and to hold the politicians who are supposed to stand up for our rights accountable. Politicians like even my former opponent, who said she would vote for the SAFE Act, which we need to remember. We need to hold her and all the ones who voted in favor of this terrible bill, unconstitutional law. We need to hold them accountable. I can tell you what I've already been hearing from my colleagues and from some of my friends inside these buildings is that unfortunately they think we don't have the stamina, nor the patience, nor the courage or perseverance to carry this fight on.
They're wrong!
Are they wrong? We're going to carry the fight on? We cannot allow our fury to diminish. I call upon you to stoke the embers and to keep the flame of freedom and liberty alive in each and every one of us to fight this terrible act. Now we owe it. We owe it to each other. We owe it to our children. And we owe it to the brave men and women who are fighting overseas right now and serving our country. You know, many of these servicemen, when they come back to New York State, they're coming back and realizing that their rights were trampled on while they were fighting for our freedoms and serving our country. Well, we owe it to them to defeat this act. I want to thank you for your attention, your support, and your resolve to see this fight to the very end.
Thank you.
No less than the future, no less than the fortune of our nation is at stake. The hopes, the dreams, the freedom of 300 million Americans may be determined by how we here in New York respond to this encroachment of our liberty. Together, say together. Together we can build a brighter, safer, freer future for our children here in New York. So I say, look to your left and look to your right and pledge your lives, your fortunes, and your sacred honor to a New York where citizens need not to live in fear of their government. You, and I stand with you to see this thing fought through. God bless you.
Thank you, George. Thank you. A word to the people from Ulster County here. George lost the election because of the votes in Ulster County. We got to do better there next time, people. We need people on the street pushing for candidates like George all over the state. Thank you. Now, I'd like to bring up someone who is my state assemblyman. He's a great guy. I enjoy him. He speaks the truth.